Alright guys, I'm back with the LT1. I'm going to install the crank hub. First thing you got to take in consideration is you need to make sure cylinder 1 is in top dead center. So what I did was that spark plug number 1, I took that off, turned the crankshaft until compression was felt on cylinder number 1, all the way until you feel compression, you feel it stop, then it's, you know, your top dead center. Also, on top of the crankshaft, there's a keyway here, or at least I don't know if they call it a keyway, if that's what they're talking about, but there's a cutout up here, and this, you know, you're in top dead center because spark plug number 1, as you start feeling compression, this keyway should be facing up. At least that's what I noticed a lot when I turned it a couple times. So that, I'm assuming that little cutout here on the crankshaft is some kind of indication it's top dead center when it's pointing up. But only obviously that you're feeling compression on cylinder number 1. So you have to remove the spark plug and put your finger there as you turn the crankshaft. And also on the crank hub, there's this arrow here on the crank hub, but I think once you have this up, top dead center, this should be mounted with that arrow facing up as well. And that's what I did. So there. And once you got that set up like that, obviously I can't show you because, but that arrow right there, that little bump should be facing up, right under the up. I got this on eBay. It came with like 3 washers and a nut to install the crank hub. I have these big washers that I had laying around, so I'm going to utilize them as well. Let me show you how to set it up and start cranking on it so you can see that it's working. All right, let me get you guys situated here. So this, just start threading it in. Start threading it, and it should turn pretty easily. Just thread it, keep threading it until it gets kind of tough, and I think that should be good. Remember, you're threading this into the crankshaft, not into the hub, so that's how you know it's going to work. All right, put those washers and this smaller one that they provided. I think you can do it without these, but I just, more space, the better, I'm assuming. Keep it all together. And then the nut, get that started, run it all the way down. And you see where we're going with this. So this should bottom out here and start pushing in all these washers and start pushing this hub back onto the crankshaft. Okay, and using a 11/16 ratchet. she goes. It's going. Okay. Last. It gets really tight. I mean, you can keep going, but I know I'm there because the original mark where it was smooth and kind of like dirty from exposure is gone. So that mark is what I was going after. And also I can tell because this crank hub whole area here is getting close to my opti. And there was like that much space in there, enough for me to get a nut when I took it off. So that's how I know I'm there. Off. When it's taking the nut and the washers off, just simply unscrew this. And that's it. Next step is to install the crank hub bolt. Tighten that down and put on the harmonic balancer and go from there.